I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we are going to explore how to factor sum or difference of cubes. Well, if you remember the formula, it is kind of like this. A cube minus B cube is equals to A minus B times A square plus AB plus B square, right? If we have A cube plus B cube, then the signs change. We have A plus B times A square minus AB plus B square, correct? So basically think like this. If you start with A cube plus B cube as A plus B times A square minus AB plus B square, if you replace B with minus B, it becomes minus B cube, minus becomes plus, minus becomes plus. Square of minus is positive, so the sign remains same. So the very first question here is minus 3x to the power of 4 plus 24 x. The second one is 2x to the power of 6 plus 128. Now let's do the first one. We can factor minus 3 and also x. So we get minus 3x. Inside the bracket we get x cubed. 24 divided by minus 3 is minus 8. Now minus 8 you can think like 2 cube, right? So it is x cube minus 2 cube. Now we have a cube minus b cube type of an equation where a is x and b is 2. So we can apply the formula, right? So let's apply this formula and write down the answer. So it will be minus 3x. A is x for us, right? So we'll just use a cube minus b cube. So a is x and b is 2. Replace. So we get x minus 2 as the first factor. Then we get x squared minus product of these two plus, right? This is plus. Product of these two, 2x plus b square, which is 2 square, which is 4. So that is how you get your answer, correct? So that is the factored form of difference of cubes, right? This is difference, right? Now let's do the next one, which seems to be sum of cubes. Let's see how. So in the first case, I can factor 2. So if I factor 2, I'm left with x to the power of 6 plus 12 divided 128 divided by 2 is 64. Okay, you can always pick up your calculator and see cube root of 64 is what? 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64. So that is 4, right? So we can write this as 2x. We can write this as square cube. Let me write like this. Okay, let me put square brackets. Plus 4 cube, right? 4 cube. So we have a cube plus b cube. We can apply this formula, the second one this time. And what do we get? We'll get a plus b. A is x squared for us, right? X squared plus b is 4 for us, right? So which is 4 times, we are using plus, so we are using this line. A square minus ab plus b square. So a square means x to the power of 4. Square of 2, right? ab, you have to multiply these two. So 4x square. So plus, we'll get minus this time, 4x square. And the last term will be square of 4, which is 16, right? So we have plus 16. So that is what we are going to get. Now this cannot be further factored, correct? If this had been minus here, we could have factored, correct? X squared minus 4x. 4 could have been factored. But that is the final answer, right? I hope with this you understand and appreciate how we can actually write them in the form of difference of cubes or sum of cubes, apply the formula, and then factor, correct? Now here is a test question for you. So I'm changing this question a bit. And now this question is, let's say the test problem for you is, I'm making it 2x to the power of 6 minus 128. Factor this, right? And find your answer. Remember, in this, you have to use a minus b. So the first factor will be x squared minus 4. 4 is 2 square. and then you may have to factor further. We say that a term or an expression is totally factored if you cannot factor it any further. So remember that. So completely factor 2x to the power of 6 minus 128. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.